Ming Lee is not holding back anymore. She's calling Chantel Christie out for straight-up manipulation. According to Ming, Chantel completely twisted the story about her altercation with Jackie Christie and made it seem like Jackie was the only one at fault.
One, I want to say I do stand on my apology to Jackie. I feel like I owe Jackie an apology for, one, not staying out of people's business, like family business. I should have just listened and said nothing, because my problem with Chantel is that you lied. Like, you came down to that room after the altercation and you manipulated me. I don't know if Evelyn and Brandy felt manipulated, but watching it back on TV, I felt like I was manipulated, and I felt like I have spoken to you after the incident. I reached out, like you said, in your Carlos King interview. I've texted you and checked on you, and at no point did you say, hey, remember when I said that my mom just punched me or pushed me? It was because she didn't. I actually pushed her first. So I just felt like at some point you could have corrected their narrative. Like, we went from my event, it was like 3 weeks from Hawaii to my event. At no point did you say, hey, I pushed my mom first. And I know that you at some point found out, because you even said that your dad was requesting to see the footage, and he wanted to see who was telling the truth, because you had your side of the story and your mom had her side of the story. And so once you found out the truth, you never told us. Now, granted, I do have a very rocky and, not so normal relationship with my mom, and always have. So I've always understood your point of view. But at no point could I push my mom and not be knocked into the middle of next week. At no point could I push my mom, hit my mom, and live to do an interview with Carlos King. Let's be very clear, okay? Like, very, very clear. And my mama takes it there. Like I told y'all when I met y'all, I could do Jackie in my sleep. Because if you know my mom, Vicky Vic, you know she is, okay? She one of them. And my mom has gotten into it with all of my friends and cussed them all out, okay? All of them. I just posted the other day when my friend said, remember when your mom threatened to beat my ass? And if you think for 1 second that any one of my friends could ever disrespect my mom in front of me, no matter if me and her arguing or not, or no matter how many conversations I have with my friends about my mom, about my frustration, you think that the next time my mom is in their presence that they can call her a bitch? Absolutely not. Because now, that's still my mama. She still gave birth to me. She got into it with one of my really good friends, Brittany, in my apartment for 4 hours. She cussed this lady out for 4 hours. And all I kept saying to Brittany is, yo, just don't say nothing. Like, she gonna get tired. She gonna lay down. And, like, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? But you think I would let Brittany call my mama a bitch in front of my face? No. But what you do and how you handle your trauma is, that's your thing, right? And even in my confessionals, I said, would I have done what you did? No, I couldn't, and still live to talk about it. How you handle your traumas is how you handle your traumas. And yes, we did have a bond. Yes, I am a girl's girl, and yes, I am cool. But also too, unlike you, I can take accountability for when I'm wrong. And Jackie, you know what I mean? Jackie is Jackie. So if you know Jackie, you know Jackie. And it's just like I tell people, you know Vicky, you know Vicky. But at the same time is, I was manipulated. Like, I felt manipulated and I felt lied to. Like, that's just the bottom line. And at no point did you clear up to any of us that you lied. And I talked to several of my castmates that have the same sentiments, like, yeah, Jackie a motherfucker, but we was lied to. You got Evelyn in a room crying. You know what I mean? Everybody hurts heavy thinking like she just hit you out of nowhere for nothing, because you trying to speak to her when that's not what happened. And then watching the season and seeing how y'all even interaction is and how angry you was. And granted, we didn't know the backstory. I for sure didn't know the backstory. This is my first season, so I didn't know the backstory. So I don't know your traumas. All I see is that you are pissed off at your mom, which I'm pissed off at mine too. So I have childhood traumas too, a lot of them. I'm not sitting around. I wouldn't even go on national TV with my mama to be sitting around week after week calling her goofy and bitches, and like, that's just not, I wouldn't do it. But if that's y'all relationship, that's y'all relationship. Because I cuss around my mama, like, you know what I mean? But I would never let my friends be calling my mom no bitch. That's me though. That's me. And that's what you want to do. I'm not judging you on that. But you can't be mad at me because I apologize for feeling manipulated about a situation that I felt one way because I thought the facts was the facts. And then after seeing it and asking production, was that edited? Was that scene edited? Like, after asking, was that scene edited or was it rolled straight through, and found out that it was rolled straight through? I said, oh, I was, you know what I mean? Like, at some point I just feel like, you think I owe you an apology? I feel like you owe me, Brandy, and Evelyn an apology. That's how I feel. I feel like you owe us an apology for walking down that hallway and coming to us and lying. You right. I totally agree. You should have went to your room and at that point it should have been, I don't want nobody else in my business, because it had gone too far. I think you owe me an apology. I think you owe Evelyn an apology, and I think you owe Brandy an apology for coming down there lying to us. And yeah, okay, you want to follow me? Okay, cool. Like, if you feel some kind of way that I apologize to Jackie, cool, because I do owe Jackie an apology. Jackie told me from day one, I'm not doing this with my daughter. Y'all stay out of my business. And you know what? I should have said, you know what? You right. I wish you and the Christies nothing but blessings. I hope you guys do get a chance to, resolve issues, and I do hope you guys get to, heal and move forward, onward and upward. I did a recap video, which I'm going to drop, after that, just talking about the season. But I did want to personally address this issue because I'm just like, the title of the episode said, I take full accountability. And if nobody else will tell you, I'm going to tell you this, you didn't take no accountability. So I guess this episode is going to be, I stand on what I said. I said what I said.
But now, Ming's seeing the bigger picture, and she's realizing they were all misled. Ming says Chantel lied to her and the rest of the ladies, playing the victim to gain sympathy and support. She now believes Chantel owes everyone an apology for dragging them into her family drama under false pretenses. And Ming's not just pointing fingers, she's taking accountability too. She stands by her apology to Jackie and admits she never should have involved herself in their mother-daughter issues in the first place. What really struck me is how Ming emphasized that no matter how complicated her relationship with her own mom is, she would never physically retaliate or let her friends disrespect her. That's a powerful boundary, and it highlights just how far off base Chantel's behavior was. This situation is deeper than just a petty argument. It's about respect, loyalty, and the truth. And right now, Chantel's looking like the one who owes everyone, especially Jackie, some serious clarity and an apology.